Picture this. Picture a piece of alien technology that us humans somehow got control of, where you can pick any successful person, alive or dead, from your Elon Musk to your Roman emperors to your Chinese generals from 251 BC, and extrapolate their knowledge and consume it for ourselves. That technology would be pretty fucking impressive and would probably be gatekept by the elite so we can even use it ourselves. Well, what if I told you that we could get our hands on that technology, and what if I told you that we already have and it costs like $10 a piece? Yes, I'm talking about books, obviously, but when you put it in that frame, it sounds pretty fucking cool. And to get to the point, I've been reading books now for the past 4 years since I started my entrepreneurial journey, as they have been one of the main sources of information that have got me to the point where I am today. And as I've read probably over 40 books at this point, I wanted to give you the top 4 books that I read in order that helped me surpass £10,000 per month at 20, and exactly why they did. Let's do it. Now, this first book is an all-time classic. It sold over 40 million copies in over 100 countries. It's pretty much the staple of personal finance. And the reason I recommend this book is because I absolutely love this book. This book is what will wake you up. It's not a book that's going to teach you how the government prints money or the top 10 business models you should start in 2023. It's going to take you from knowing nothing to knowing something. It woke me up to the idea of entrepreneurship, and it will teach you everything from what assets are, liabilities, trading your time for money, which does sound pretty boring, but this is the concrete foundation that you need laid as a young person. The foundation that corrects your beliefs and how you should view money. This book is pretty much the snowball in which you push down the hill and it creates an avalanche. And the book is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, as you can see, this obviously isn't Rich Dad Poor Dad because I quite literally lent it to my dad, but this is his second book, Cash Flow Quadrant. And honestly, I would have put Cash Flow Quadrants as second in the list because of how fantastic it is, but I just don't have enough room for it. But after you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, this is basically Rich Dad Poor Dad 2. Now, this book I read recently, and it's second in the list because of what you learn from it. You see, the majority of finance books teach you the very basics. They teach you learn skills, get a very well-paying job, invest your money very wisely, and retire in your early 40s, which is still considered early retirement. But this book completely flips that idea on its head. It goes completely against the grain and pretty much teaches you how you can retire in your late 20s instead. And not only that, but it's a modern book, which means it understands internet money and it doesn't teach you how to make money through selling gold to hobos on the street. This book is a first-hand case study from the author himself, who built a business in his 20s, sold it for tens of millions, and retired in his 30s, and goes on to show you how you can do the same, breaking it down principle by principle, step by step, from developing the skills to selling the business itself. And this book is The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. Don't just add it to your cart, buy it now. Now, the third book we have is a book from a series of other very similar books, and it is written by one of the pioneers, the first people in making money online, and I bet you actually can't guess who it is. And the reason this is the third book in the list is because at this point in your reading journey, this is the information that you need to consume. This is your solid next step. Because it's not about theory, learn a skill and make money with it. It practically grabs your hand and makes you do it yourself step by step as you read through the book. It teaches everything from selling things online, finding customers, building out a sales funnel, how to upsell, the value ladder, which all sounds like waffle, and that is why you should read this book, because you don't understand this information yet. And the book I'm talking about is called .com Secrets by Russell Brunson, and the reason I say it's a series is because I think he has like 3 or 4 other books that are very, very similar to this, so if this one resonates with you, I would highly recommend go buy and read the rest. And our last book is The Last Building Block. This book is what taught me how to create something valuable online, how to find people that needed my thing that I created, and how to sell the thing that I created. In essence, how to make money online. This book is another modern one, but the fact that it's modern is what makes it so great, because it is talking about how to make money now. Not 10 years ago, not 20 years ago, not 15 years in the future, right now, because the principles aren't timeless, but that's what makes it special, because this is the prime time to read this book and take action from what you learn from it. And the reason it's last in the list is because the 3 previous books that you have just read had put your knowledge up on a tee to be smacked into oblivion by this book. This book is, of course, $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Now, again, as you can see, this is not that exact book because I gave it away, but this is his next $100 million leads, which is basically the one you should read after $100 million offers. And those are the 4 books that got me to that 10K per month mark. Not exclusively, but the knowledge I learned from these books is what allowed me to piece together the information that I have now and make the money online that I do now. And instead of dragging out this video 10 minutes long, that is all you need to know. You're welcome. I'll see you soon.